every time. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Next Round on Me. I'm your host, Gene P. Blandon, joined as always by my co-host, Dan the Clam, Can Jam Master Supreme. Say hello.
Hello. Hi.
And Bravo, Elmo himself. For those who don't watch the video, he has a Elmo background. Say hi. Say hi.
What's good? You know the bots from me and my man Elmo.
They can't see you posting.
We gang. We squad right here.
How's everyone doing?
I've been better.
Oh.
I've been better, Gene.
I wasn't expecting that. Oh no. Why?
This Delta shit, man, is getting to me.
Yeah.
This COVID stuff is getting a little much. I walked into the grocery store yesterday, and that's like how I gauge how bad things are. Because for whatever reason, no, because I'm vaccinated. No, I don't know. I don't know what I get it. Whatever. We're still in a pandemic. I don't know what to do anymore. So I go into the grocery store, and from before I was seeing like, okay, there was a few old people with masks on. Now there's like, everyone's got a mask on. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm just trying to go and get my fucking blueberries and leave. And, you know, there's like one other person that's not wearing a mask, and it's like some fat middle-aged white woman, and she just gives me a look like, yeah, Trump. And I'm like, no, I just didn't want to wear a mask. I don't know what to do anymore. I think what it is my job is very affected by COVID. My day job, I deal a lot with COVID in everyday work life. And just, you call Department of Health. I'm talking to like a tween girl who like sounds like she just got out of college, probably has an OnlyFans on the side. She's looking up at
Dan.
She has no idea what she's saying. This is just my life. And then I've just gotten so depressed I can't watch the news or anything. And then I'm just like, you know, I walk outside after work, long day, and I'm like, you know what? At least I still have the warm weather. I can walk outside. It's not cold. It's not snowing. I hate that more than anything. And then I have a moment of, as I breathe in, I realize I am probably just breathing in the ash of some strip mall from California that burnt down and Jeff Bezos's rocket fumes.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah. That's in 20 years, the atmosphere is just going to be Jeff Bezos' rocket fumes and California.
Yep. Most likely.
So I need something uplifting. So hopefully this will uplift me. How are you guys?
Bravo, do you have any cheery news? Or
Nah.
Oh God, more doom and gloom. Okay, all right, let's hear it.
Aren't you going on vacation?
Yes,
yeah.
I'm going on vacation in the next few days, or the next day or so. So, yep, I am going to England. You know the vibes. I'm going to go support Richmond FC. You know what I'm saying? So,
wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Dan, did you notice he's naming a fictitious football team, Dan?
Oh,
Ted
I
Lasso,
hate your fucking guts.
That's the team from Ted Lasso.
Richmond FC. By the way,
Richmond FC Greyhounds.
You know the vibes, Greyhounds, baby. Episode 3, season 2, Ted Lasso. Watch it out. They sponsor me.
It's really good.
It's really good.
Good.
By the way, I'm not sponsored, but it's really good. Oh, so fucking good. Gene,
you know you can get Richmond FC like gear.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Look it up.
No fucking way.
I'm gonna get a hat.
I'm gonna if they have like a scarf, I'll get a scarf for them.
You know that jacket he wears, like the blue and red. It's so fire. Like you can buy.
They have that? No way.
Bro.
I'm gonna buy that.
It's so good.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, right.
Fucking awesome.
Sorry, Dan. We just had to.
We had to goof out a bit. No,
wait,
but
where are you going?
No, I'm going to.
He's going to England of sorts.
England of sorts. I don't want to say my exact location, but
we said where.
I told you already.
Wait, you're actually going to England?
No. I'm just playing it out. No, I'm actually going on vacation tomorrow though, or the next few days. And
Dan, it's an area near us that.
Yeah, you know where it is.
Has the name England in the name.
Oh, what are you doing there?
We're just gonna hit some beaches, go to some malls there. Just trying to. We haven't been on vacation like the last like 12, 13 years. So I think it's time. If I'm working on
yo, that hoodie is fire. I'm looking at Ted Lasso merch. Sorry.
No worries. But yeah, then just chilling, working, and trying to enjoy the last few days of summer because I think we only have like what 3 weeks left or like a month left, right?
September is also like warm, right?
No, but still like honestly, guys, for me when like September hits, I'm like, damn, summer's over for me. It's just over. I don't know why. It just feels like it's over. I don't know why I feel like that, but yeah, we have like what 2 weeks left. So,
well, fuck, man, you're going on vacation. That's exciting.
Yes, sir.
Dan, you never go on vacation, do you?
Me and Marissa will take a lot of day trips, like or weekend, like long.
I know you like to go to the city, right?
Yeah, we'll do a lot of city trips, like weekenders.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm hoping in November to take a week off because I haven't done that. So, like you said, Gene, take off when it's colder. But I'm gonna be doing a casino trip, so that'll
to like AC.
Awesome.
No, it's somewhere nearby.
Oh.
Is it the one that's like an hour from here?
It's Foxwoods.
I don't know where that is.
Foxwoods is in Connecticut.
Oh,
nice. It's great. I love it.
Have you been?
I used to go when I was a little kid with my family.
Yeah, they said the slots as a little kid.
No, it's no, casinos are a fun time, man. It's like because casinos are all the best aspects, I feel like, of a cruise without being on the fucking water. Like you can leave a casino, you can go on ground.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like they're basically just like resorts, casinos. They're like malls. Like you don't even have to like gambling to enjoy it. But
what else is? I thought it was just gambling in a buffet.
No, man. You go to Foxwoods, it's this huge like thing. It's a mall.
Is it near Mohegan Sun?
Yeah. I've been to both. I think I haven't been to Mohegan Sun in a long time, but I always remember Foxwoods being better. But that's just my opinion. So.
Well, I've been to Mohegan Sun, but not to gamble. I saw Paramore there a few years ago.
Yeah, and there's exactly. That's all. Yeah, all you did. But no, it's cool. So anyway, but
awesome.
That's excited good, for you, Bravo. What about you, Gene? How you been?
I've been, I don't know. Like I've been stressed about like life and shit, but also like feel great because like I'm seeing like the physical results of my 3-4 months at the gym. And I feel really good about it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm also so it's like a weird feeling. Like I feel good and also like So
I get you, bro. I get you, brother. No, but no. Honestly, like I know we joke around, but no, honestly, like you came to my house a few days ago, and even my dad was like he's really losing weight because I told him. Because I told him I was like, Blandon's been going to the gym for like I said like 2 to 3 months now. No, yes, I said 2 to 3 months because I didn't know exactly. Say, is he losing? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll see you later. Because he was just joking. You know how my dad is. He jokes.
Yeah.
No, but when I think like maybe 3 episodes ago, I told you, Dan. I said, Blandon, you look really fit. You're looking like you're toning up, and you are. So
thanks, man.
Hey, bro.
I mean, yeah, your dad sees me every few months, so I guess he would notice.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, she's like every 2 or 3 months. I mean, we're busy,
I know.
so.
No, I know. Yeah, it was fun. Dan, you gotta come hang out with the Bravos, man. It's always a good time.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's a good time. Like, look at this. You're gonna be like, look at this goofy ass gringo.
Yeah. You're gonna be the whitest man in the building. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
They'll be like, look at this goofy ass gringo. Get the fuck out of here.
Nothing I'm not used to.
No.
Bravos mom just give you mad food.
Oh,
yeah, you got to now, Mijo. But yeah. But good stuff, Blandon. I'm glad you're seeing the
Bravo.
physical.
I thought Gene had to do something.
Oh, no. I was just saying that I'm happy to see that you're liking your physical appearance now after hitting the gym. I know out of all of us, Dan is the cutest. Like he's the cutest, he's the fittest because Dan wakes up. I wake up, no lie. I wake up at like 6:30 because I used to wake up. No, I'm lying. At like 7:05. And I just see Dan hitting the gym, 5 a.m., 4 a.m. I'm like, yeah, this man is different. This man, Dan, is built. God looked at you and said, you're different. I'm gonna make you different.
Steroids help.
Oh yes, you told me about that too. I kind of said I don't want to do the steroids.
He's on the Marvel plan. He doesn't tell you.
Yeah, I throw up.
He's on the Marvel. No, it's the Marvel plan. They just hire you the best trainers, pump you full of steroids,
and you'll see the results in a day. Yeah. It's fucking awesome. But I told Dan I don't go that route. So I try to go the natural route.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know, only side effects is you just strangle a few dogs.
Yes, sir.
Oh
no, I don't.
Dan is dark today.
So sorry.
Wait, before anything, can we just, if you guys don't follow us on our Instagram, it's next round on me.
Let's promote
Next round on me pod.
Yes, next round on me pod. The memes that Dan puts, or it's all of us that we usually, me and Brandon from time to time put memes, but it's mostly Dan. We just have to appreciate the goofiness, the cleverness,
the memes,
the memeness of the memes,
freaking memes,
the litness of the flames, because these memes are dark, sad.
There's some of them are like a little too much.
I'm having a great day. I go on, because I have on my personal account. I look at our podcast account, and I get fucking depressed looking at memes that Dan puts. I would like to say,
why do you get depressed?
I look at them and it's just so fucked to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm sad now. I'm just sad now. And I'm like, holy shit.
One of our own hosts is ashamed of our Instagram.
I love Dan's reaction.
No. I'm like, I don't get depressed. I'm not making fun of depression. No, but it genuinely, like, I'm working and I'm in the truck, right? And then my dad's driving and my uncle's in the car with us too. He works with us, and I just see a meme from our page, and I just fucking giggle. I fucking giggle or laugh. I'm like, my dad's like, "The hell's wrong with you? What are you laughing at?" I'm like, that's my podcast, you know.
Just looking at a picture.
Just looking at a
picture of like Shrek's penis, or
yeah, it's something. It's like
it's always something.
Dan does us a favor.
Dan
will go into the deepest fucking areas of Reddit, so we don't have to do that. Mm-hmm. But he does it for us, and he just comes out with a fresh haul of. It's like a hunter. He goes out every morning to hunt for new memes, and he comes out, them over his shoulder like a carcass.
And you know what I've seen? Like sometimes I wake up at like 7, and then I see that he posted at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. And I'm like, what the hell is this man doing at that time? No, because I don't know if that's true, but I've seen posts from like 6 a.m. Dude just wake up and be like, yeah, I'll just put a funny meme on our page.
Yeah, man, it's like the farmer's life.
I'll do it in between like sets of the gym. I'll see something and I'll be like, ooh. Or sometimes I'll just like see them during the day and I'll just save them and just unload them all later. But I have my sources. It's all curated.
Genius. But yeah, guys, follow us on Instagram. Next round on me pod. That's POD. And for some days, some funny days or sad days, if you want to get sad or funny. So, yeah.
Before we get into the first topic, I have to make an announcement. Actually, I'm gonna be a guest on a podcast.
Ooh,
yeah. A friend of mine from high school. Actually, I haven't seen him in person in quite a long time because school, ended 10 years ago. But he does a podcast with his friend Nate. It's called Pint Pals Podcast.
Oh, that's right. They followed us.
They do. Yeah. They, per their Instagram, they try some awesome craft beers each week. They're on YouTube, they're on Spotify. And so, yeah, my friend Lucas, he's down. The co-host is busy. So he invited me to be a guest on it. So we will be recording that. So it should come out the week. I can't give you an exact date yet. I'll definitely post on the podcast once it's live. But it's gonna be the week of probably between the 21st and the 28th, because there's this weekly. So I'm recording on the 21st, and then it'll probably release, shortly after. So yeah, look out for that one, boys.
So you're gonna be a guest on another podcast.
Yeah.
So you're betraying us, bitch.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Fuck you too.
In the podcast game,
I sold out.
It's all
in the podcast game.
It's all cross promotion.
I sold out, Dan. I got a better contract offer.
Oh yeah.
You don't know basketball. Jason will get it. I'm an unrestricted free agent.
Hey. Oh, speaking about that,
Jason's gonna understand it.
Real quick, Landon, how do you see the Lakers? I heard Isaiah Thomas is potentially.
I heard about that.
Gonna be on the Lakers squad. That's a.
I'm hyped because we got Melo. Carmelo Anthony. I can get a Westbrook. Carmelo Anthony Lakers jersey now.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Let's get the vibe going.
We got Trevor Ariza, which is good. Dwight Howard is back. I'm actually very excited about that.
Russell Westbrook is on
Russell Westbrook.
That's crazy.
Russell Westbrook. He's the walking triple double. Oh my God. Team is. I can't, bro. People are calling him the LA retirement home. They're talking They're talking on the name, bro.
And then James had to step up. He said, "Why y'all talk? What did he say on his Twitter?"
They're talking.
Keep that same negative energy.
Keep that energy. Keep that energy.
Because we shaking.
We shaking. Nah, bro. Awesome. But like the Bulls were looking nice.
Really? Yeah.
The Bulls haven't looked this nice since Michael Jordan, bro. It's looking good. I'm not kidding. They're looking good.
So pretty much this season's gonna be a great season then.
The Heat are looking nice. The Raptors have just have given everything they have away. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
I see this. Yeah. I don't know if I know. I don't think Dan keeps up with soccer too much, but I know Brandon, you know a bit more.
Yeah, of course I did. Yeah.
Messi saw Messi went to
the
PSG.
GOAT went to Paris.
So I kind of see this like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now that he's there,
it's like Mbappe, Neymar, and fucking. Oh my God.
Those are the top three. But I think of this like I think PSG is like the Lakers for basketball. Like they're so stacked with like veterans that they look unstoppable.
Yeah, bro.
I mean,
Messi's still really good. Like he's old, but he's still very, very good.
He's 33, 30.
Yeah, but he still plays like he's still insane. Very good.
Yeah.
I mean, what? I don't know how many goals does he average in like a match? Does he at least get one each match?
Oh, absolutely. I really don't keep up with Messi. I mean, I do, but not really.
I mean,
but
a few triple doubles on the fucking Copa America. A few hat tricks in the Copa America.
Yeah.
So he, I mean, Dan doesn't know what a hat trick is either, does he? Dan, you know what a hat trick is?
You know what a hat trick is, boy?
No.
When you score 3 goals.
When you score 3 goals in the same game.
That's a hat trick.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Which is really good.
It's really, really good. So yeah, Messi's on to PSG, and they're up in the betting game.
Really?
I follow BR betting, and they're up like 400 or however you say for winning the Champions League. So
Dan, you know what a triple double is in basketball? God, Jason's gonna roast you. I can't wait.
I don't fucking care.
I can't. Oh God! Every time Dan like doesn't get like a sports thing, Jason will like message me on Snapchat, and it will just roast you for like 10 minutes.
I don't follow sports. Fuck off.
it's always fun. It's always fun.
Awesome, man.
Jason will be like, I don't know. He's like, I gotta get Dan a little different now, and I'm like, I know, right? He's so sus.
I don't care. You guys have fun watching your fucking roided up athletes.
That's right.
Okay,
but
yeah, we should move on to
look how good that looks. God, I got a little like the scarring from like the wrapping. Look how good this looks.
That looks good. Wait, what is it? You didn't show me last time.
It's a lily of the valley, which is like a toxic flower with ghosts.
Because you're toxic.
As the bells.
Nice.
I am toxic. That's right.
Hey,
Gene's new tattoo, ladies and gentlemen. Audience.
Yeah, some toxic. Right, Dan?
Hey.
That's right.
I'm gonna be canceled for being like the background.
Hey.
All right, we should get into the topics.
Sure.
The social media Suicide Squad, or which one? Something of an S.
Let's talk about the new movie.
Hey.
Right. Tell us about the Suicide Squad, Gene.
All right. Buckle up, buckaroos.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you guys know who James Gunn is, but James Gunn is a filmmaker, writer, auteur, as they say. A few years ago, he got into a bit of light controversy, but I mean, we've all gotten to light controversy for our tweets from 10 years ago. Let's be honest now. I was saying stupid shit when I was 16. I would be canceled immediately. Anyway, light controversy after famously directing Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. He was kind of canceled. So Disney fired him. And then DC and Warner Bros. Picked him up right away. And to my understanding, they offered him like, hey, like, what movie would you want to do? And he said, like, I want to do a Suicide Squad movie. And they were like, I don't know if you saw the first one, but it was bad. And he's like, no, I know, I want to do it though. And they're like, all right. And they kind of let him do whatever he wanted, like what he wanted. Like, to my understanding, like he's literally said like the only thing they told him was he had to bring back I don't remember it was like you have to bring back Harley Quinn as Margot Robbie, or Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, or if they said if you bring back Harley Quinn, you have to cast Margot Robbie again, you know? But like that was like the only thing he had to do. They were like, we don't care anything else you want to do. Like, you can kill whoever the fuck you want, you can have whatever character you want, full reign.
As long as she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, exactly. And so he did. And basically he did like a soft reboot where like they acknowledged that the events of the first movie happened, and but that's pretty much it. Like they're like, like Dan, you saw it, right? There's like passing lines. Like Harley Quinn, she greets Rick Flag and Captain Boomerang, who is Joel Kinnaman and Jai Courtney reprising the roles from the first one. So it's like, okay, like yeah, so she knows what they are. It's obviously a sequel, right? And Viola Davis as Amanda Waller returns, and that's it, right?
Yep.
I just saw Marissa. Originally, they were gonna recast actually Deadshot. That's what Idris Elba was actually gonna be Deadshot originally. I don't know if you know that, Dan.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
But then they decided to just write him as Bloodsport because they thought like, oh, we can just save Will Smith for later, whatever. Which I think is a good idea. So James Gunn's The Suicide Squad came out HBO Max theaters last Friday. But nothing truly comes out on the day it comes out anymore. I saw it on the Thursday, like the day before it officially came out, air quotes, and I fucking loved it. I texted Dan immediately, like, I'm gonna pull it up. Do you remember what I said to you, Dan?
I think you just said it was fucking great. 5 out of 5.
Yeah. We've texted a little bit since then. I said 5 out of 5, fucking perfect. That's all I said. He didn't reply to me.
That's a bold statement.
That's what I said. I loved it. I loved it so much. But like, I'll gush about it later. I really want to hear it, Dan. I actually want to hear what you think about it. Did you watch David Ayer's Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so and then you watched this one at home, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I watched it on HBO Max.
Okay. What did you think? What were you expecting? Okay, what were you expecting? Like honestly, I want to like what you like going into it, like knowing like James Gunn, but also knowing like, okay, like the first one was a shit show. Warner Brothers shaky record. Like how did you feel going in?
Just from the whole James Gunn doing it, the trailers, I thought it was gonna be pretty damn good, and yeah, okay. It was. It was pretty much what I expected. I mean, I guess it exceeded my expectations a little bit. But like I literally just remember looking at those trailers, seeing what was going on, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna make a banger out of this. They just let him do whatever he wanted. Suicide Squad was a great choice, but yeah, no, I thought it was great. I mean, the real hero here is James Gunn, and the real villain is David Ayer.
Well, no, it wasn't David Ayer's fault, actually.
No, I know. It's just funny how he literally stole David Ayer's movie. He just was like,
well,
he was like, I can do this better. And then they let him do it better, even though in the studio, they were very much interfering with the 2016 David Ayer cut.
Dude. David Ayer has said it's not his movie.
Ayer cut, all that
he's literally gone on record and said like that's not my movie.
Yeah.
And then like he actually like after we saw The Suicide Squad, he was like, hey, like that's fucking great. Like he was like, yay, James Gunn. Like you made the movie that I tried to make. Like nothing but praise,
Yeah.
Well, I like how James Gunn also like chose like they were kind of like, hey, like what of our property like DC, like what would you want to do? And he's like, well, like James Gunn, like I guess he really loves John Ostrander's 1980 Suicide Squad comic. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I just want to do that, and they just let him do it, and like I think he really did it justice. Like
yeah, no,
did you letterbox it?
Yeah, I gave it an 8.
Okay,
8 out of 10. Okay. It's definitely the smartest thing the DCEU has done. The smartest thing they did when you really think about it is, I don't know like what executives they have going on there where they're making all these ridiculous, awful decisions, but they had one decision that was so good that it was just like, you would think a fan did it, where it's like, ooh, we got fired from Marvel, like pick him up for DC and just tell him like do whatever he wants. Yeah, and it's like, well, we didn't let
move they ever did. Yeah,
we didn't let David Ayer do whatever. Just let him do whatever he wants. It's crazy. But I really loved it. But it's probably like, and I kind of anticipated like this is probably going to be the best blockbuster I see all year. When you look at what else is coming out, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to really like much like blockbuster stuff. It's probably my second favorite movie I've seen all year. But
was Pig the first one?
Oh yeah.
Still gotta watch that. Emma and I are supposed to watch that. It's not have time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so yeah, what did you let's get into it. What did you think?
Well, Dan,
what do you want? I don't know what you want to talk about first.
Dan, we all know that I love DC.
Right.
We all know this. I adore DC. I literally like I have fucking stacks on stacks of DC comic books. And I like Batman v Superman. I'm one of those. I like Man of Steel a lot. I love Snyder Cut, as you guys heard me gush about a few episodes ago. I'm a Zack Snyder stan. So just I was like, oh shit, like we're gonna get like I was excited because I'm like, okay, we have like a filmmaker who everyone just enjoys. Like Zack Snyder, either love him or you hate him, right? To my understanding, like yeah, like you either love him or you hate him. James Gunn, from what I've seen, it's like I don't know what else he's done. I've only ever seen Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know what else he's done, but I'm like, I love those two movies. Actually, Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite MCU movie. So I was excited of like, okay,
Oop, did I lose you guys? Okay, what were you saying? Sorry.
Where did we stop?
I got you on you were talking about James Gunn's past movies.
Okay. Yeah, so James Gunn, I haven't really seen a lot that he's done. But I know, so did you know he wrote Scooby-Doo and Scooby-Doo 2?
Yes.
Monsters Unleashed, and he wrote Dawn of the Dead, the Zack Snyder one. So you know,
right.
So you know, of course I love that movie because James Gunn wrote it, Zack Snyder directed it. Like that's my bet. That's my favorite movie automatically, you know? And then yeah, so I mean I'm looking at his filmography. He hasn't directing Slither, Super, Movie 43. Like honestly, before that, before Guardians of the Galaxy, he didn't really do anything. He did star on Troma. Do you know what Troma is?
Yeah, I heard about that when I was
yeah. I watched the Toxic Avenger of my homie Steven a few months ago, and it was a trip. But it's really cool. Like James Gunn started like on this like really niche like horror indie like thing, and now he's making DC and Marvel movies, you know. But you know, even to pay homage to that, the founder of Troma is Lloyd Kaufman, so he had Lloyd Kaufman in like a scene in the Suicide Squad. You know, that's so cool, you know, like
I did hear that.
So it's like paying homage to your roots, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited that like, okay, like the audience, like even like just regular moviegoers who aren't me are gonna be excited to watch this movie. And yeah, I fucking loved it. I was, you notice how it wasn't dark, like it was like really well lit, like the color grading was really good. It was so good.
It didn't look like it was shot to be dark and gritty, and then they awkwardly tried to add color to it in the post production. It actually looked really good.
I was very impressed by John Cena's performance. I'm not like I really was. My friend Tyler made a joke like, yeah, it's almost as if he like acts for a living. And I'm like, yeah, like he's a wrestler. I know he's acting as a wrestler, but like even then, like I always saw John Cena as like Hollywood stuff as like Jason Statham, like, you know, like action hero-y kind of stuff. So it's like you don't really got to be a good actor, just gotta know how to do action. Right. He was very good. God damn it, Bravo.
I'm sorry, I'm just messing around right now. I'm like, keep going.
He's messing around. I have to explain. He's messing around with backgrounds, and he put up the meme of two-eyed Mike Wazowski, and I just anyway, I was really impressed with that. Like, I don't know. Like, I really wasn't expecting like not a bad performance, but it was just he exceeded my expectations. You know?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Ratcatcher 2, fucking beautiful. Has my heart. I loved it. I loved it so much. Like. I think James Gunn has said she's the heart of the film, and I agree. She's very good. Like I loved her whole plot. Taika Waititi as her dad. That's so cool. I love that.
Right. I remember that. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. On the poster, didn't it say Taika Waititi was in this at one point? And I was like,
her father. He's Ratcatcher 1.
Yeah.
King Shark, obviously everyone's loving that. That was good. Sylvester Stallone as King Shark. That was cool.
Yeah, that's like his it's just like another Groot.
Yeah, it's his Groot.
But no, it was a great addition. Yeah.
Margot Robbie, very great. I really like Joel Kinnaman. I haven't seen Suicide Squad in a while, but everyone's pointed out that like he's just so much better in this one than Suicide Squad 1, and like he was. Who else? Idris Elba. I mean, Idris Elba's incredible. Like he is one of the best actors of our time. Like, come on, what do we expect? Like,
I would really say that like I always knew that Idris Elba was a great actor. I've never seen him in like a blockbuster that I liked.
Okay.
You know, and like I just feel like I don't even know, like I'm trying to think like what movies have I seen Idris Elba in? And all these like blockbusters that because I don't really watch, I'm sure he's in indie stuff, But then like I see like all these blockbusters. I think he's in like the Fast movies.
He played Nelson Mandela.
Wasn't he in Bond? Yeah. See, like I haven't. That's probably
Pacific
like
Rim.
I haven't. I think I did. No, I did see Pacific Rim. I got it like on TV one time, but I feel like this movie was probably like the best use of him. Maybe.
Okay.
I guess, like I was like, oh man, this is Idris Elba. Like, yeah, he's fucking great.
Yeah, he's very good.
So
he's
yeah,
very good.
It was just funny. I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't think I've seen him in anything.
You ever seen him rap?
No.
He shows up in music videos, dude. I'm gonna send some to you. He raps.
Oh God. But
yeah. He has a kickboxing career? What?
Oh geez. But
he has one fight and he won. What?
Oh God, I mean,
imagine getting your ass kicked by Idris Elba.
No. Do you want to get into the plot a little bit and we'll do spoilers?
Yeah, spoiler alert from here on. We should probably say spoiler alert from here on out.
I'm trying to be better.
Okay.
Yes. One quick question before, guys.
No.
So people were saying this was, or I don't know. I saw this a few times on Twitter and Instagram. But what's the difference between, what is it, 2016? 2016 Suicide Squad and then the Suicide Squad, like.
Okay. I guess you weren't paying attention 10 minutes ago.
No, boy. Look at this.
Long story short, Bravo.
You do it.
The first Suicide Squad movie came out in 2016. And it did really bad. This one is a sequel to the first one, technically. But the story kind of is kind of like it hits the reset button and does it all over. But it's technically a sequel to the original movie. But it might as well be a reboot. But yeah, so because the first one was so bad, they basically just did the whole story again. But it's technically a sequel. But yeah, that's actually kind of what we could start off with, Gene. The opening was so cool how they I just loved how they justified they handled the whole sequel reboot thing, because that was the one thing I was curious about. How are they going to acknowledge, like they obviously kind of have to acknowledge like that it's in the same universe, like the events of the first Suicide Squad happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was actually kind of genius. It was just like, yeah, Amanda Waller, she's still there. And she just puts together a different team to go on a different mission. And I was
That's the whole point in the comic books.
Oh fuck, like that could be a whole anthology. Like they could just make a series of Suicide Squad with just another team of people. This is just Amanda Waller. This is just what she does. So I was like, oh, that's dope. Like, so that's a great way to do it.
Dan, do you know how comic books work?
Comic books aren't fucking movies.
No, I know, but that's because so officially they're Task Force X. It's just Amanda Waller has a bunch of criminals, and she's like, "Hey, do you want 10 years off your sentence? Do these super dangerous missions for me." But they're incredibly dangerous, so you usually die, which is why they're the Suicide Squad.
Right, exactly.
And so it works perfectly.
Yeah, and they show that, so it's like
they all fucking die.
So let's talk about that whole opener, the cold open sequence.
Okay. He uses the song "People Who Have Died," and I fucking love that song, and it worked so well. One thing that the 2016 Suicide Squad does is it just uses like commercial songs just for the sake of it. The Cosmonaut Variety Hour did a video on the original, the 2016 one, and he chose it as so he has this whole series of called Worst Superhero Movie Ever, where he purposely watches bad superhero movies. So he watched the Ben Affleck Daredevil, Catwoman, I'm gonna watch his bad ones. I'm gonna be like, which is the worst one? And he watched 2016 Suicide Squad before the new one, and he literally was like, yeah, I think 2016 Suicide Squad is the worst one. And one of his qualms was like, they're just throwing in licensed music at random points just to throw in licensed music. Has nothing to do with the plot,
Yeah.
James Gunn obviously also does the licensed music thing, Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously. But he does it well. He does it really well. He picks songs that make sense. So as soon as that comes in, People Who Died, I was like, yep, of course he did. Do you want to know? Have you heard that song before, Dan?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I've heard. You know how I heard it? Remember BSP, RIP?
Yes.
They used to have gay nights, so I went to one. It was just gay night. Hey, if you're gay, come and hang out. And I'm not gay, but I still want to hang out, listen to music and dance and shit. and they played that song.
Right.
And I was like, this is a really cool song. That's how I heard of it. So like, I just love like it I don't want to say it's like obscure, but it kind of is. Like James Gunn just pulls like the most, and like also like he has a Johnny Cash song about a prison to start out the movie. Like
it's on the nose.
That makes sense.
It's a little on the nose, the lyrics, but it works so well.
Well, that's how you use licensed music.
Right.
You don't just play Heathens because like
it's
you
popular.
Because you paid 21 Pilots to make the song.
Right.
You know, like so
it didn't feel like a music video.
Also, tone setting is a huge okay, so tone, like setting the tone is one thing that I really appreciate. And do you remember did you realize how the tone is set for the whole movie?
How the tone was set?
It's Savan, Michael Rooker's character. He's playing with the ball and he kills the bird.
Oh yeah,
that sets the tone for the whole movie, and I love that shit. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, it's gonna immediately be killing.
Like, yes, immediately like, oh yeah, here's this cute little bird. It's dead now. Like it's like that's how you set tone. Like you know, like oh yeah, this isn't like a kids movie. This isn't this is like you're in for it now. And then you said it again. Like we said in this whole fucking team where most of them fucking die. You see Pete Davidson just get fucking clocked in the forehead, and then his face gets blown up, and then. You know, immediately they drop it in the ocean. Weasel just fucking drowns. Like
that was so funny, and I knew, and I want you probably saw this coming too, because I was, you know, you look at that huge cast poster and you're like,
oh yeah,
and you know, and rightfully so, was a great decision because he's like the whole tagline, "Don't get too attached," like they're dying to save the world, and it's like, yeah, it's the Suicide Squad. Some of them should be offed, and so they kind of build up all the different characters in the marketing you see, and I'm just like, oh yeah, some of these guys. It's like a huge cast of these like just random characters, and you're just like, yeah, some of these guys are gonna eat it real quick. Some of these are diversions. And,
and I love that. It's
he
the
literally,
Suicide Squad.
He literally, right, and it's how it's supposed to be, and it's a great excuse to do a cold open. Like you set the tone, you set the action scene, but it's nothing of like any of the actual main team. So you get like so much out of that open. You get an awesome action scene. You get the tone setting. You know Amanda Waller, so you set up how it works, the mission, and then it's like you just are introduced to these characters. And you kind of knew, like, right, like you kind of saw it coming, right? Like it's like, okay, they're gonna get clobbered right away. All these characters, I knew it because I was like, okay, Harley Quinn's not there, Idris Elba, John Cena, none of them are there. Killer Shark's not there. Every person on this team except Harley Quinn and the other dude, the dude in the yellow shirt, the general guy, Rick Flag, is that was his name?
Yeah, Rick Flag.
Yeah, I was like, everyone's gonna die but those people, and they're just gonna pull a Deadpool 2. Like literally pulled. I'm surprised no one made that comparison.
I did. I thought about it.
Yeah, like, but I haven't heard anyone like that I've listened to talk about that I mean,
tweet it, Dan. Tweet it now.
But it's just funny. They literally just pulled the Deadpool 2, like just fake out, which was so funny. But which this one did it. It was so much better. I love
fun Bravo's having with these backgrounds.
He's having a great time. He's doing good. But I'm proud of you. So I loved it. Like they like, and it's just bloody murder. Pete Davidson immediately just gets his face blown off. It's like, yeah, no, fuck these guys. There's a guy who his arms attach. And they kind of play it straight. Like it's not like the characters are so ridiculous, and we'll kind of get into this.
That's the best part.
They're so ridiculous, but they play it straight. So the comedy comes from because it's so ridiculous and they're taking it seriously.
Yeah.
So that was great. And then I wasn't expecting, then they just pan over to the actual Suicide Squad for the movie is walking up to the beach on the other side. They literally were like the B team.
Yep.
And they actually kind of did another thing like the Deadpool first movie did, is what they played with the timeline a little bit in the beginning where
3 days before
a flashback. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is sick.
Yeah.
So that whole opening was
very good. Very James Gunn.
Great. Yeah. They go back to the prison. There's even like a funny but there's like self-awareness too when they're in the prison. I
lose my shit at the Calendar Man line.
Oh,
when she was polka dot, he's like, "Hey, why are you taking my kid's party, you fucking pussy?" I always lose my shit at that. It's like, oh my god, yeah, like this guy's name is Polka Dot Man.
Yeah, no, it's funny. All the characters they used for the main squad: John Cena, Peacemaker, Bloodsport. Is that Idris Elba?
Yeah, Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, Killshot. they're all the names are the same at this point. But Deathstroke, like they're all just a bunch of fucking goons running around in Power Ranger suits.
Well, do you remember how she explains what Bloodsport does, and then she explains what Peacemaker does, and it's the same exact description?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that self-awareness. He's like, he just does the same thing I do, but I do it better. And then they have the little back and forth about the small bullets, which comes back into play later.
I love that. I love when movies do that.
But they didn't force it in there. They didn't force it in there.
It's like a Chekhov's bullet, kind of, but not really.
What I don't like when they do it is when it's so clear, like the shot like zooms in on a certain
exactly
object,
yeah,
and it's like it's gonna be used there.
Like when they did it, I was like, oh shit, they set this up before, and like it was gonna be important. Like
I like it when it's not in your face, like this is gonna be important later. But so yeah, that was great. So that's like pretty much the opening. Do you what happened?
What else? I want to talk like I don't want people to I want people to watch it, because like one of my things is like,
well, we're spoiling it if you didn't watch it.
That's fair. This happens a lot. This has happened a lot with like people like who I know personally, and I've seen it online, where they saw the first one and they know it's bad, so they're afraid this was also going to be bad. You know what I mean? So I tell them like, no, like it's good. Go watch it. Like James Gunn is like, he's not that kind of director, you know?
Right.
And that has kind of come back to bite DC a little bit. Like people are hesitant to watch his new one because the first one was so bad, you know?
Yeah,
even though this was a good movie.
Yeah. The whole James Gunn, David Ayer stuff is a little insider baseball.
And there's a little there's some talk about it, like, oh, like it's a box office flop. And I mean, like, also, like, we're still in a pandemic, dude. Like, okay, like when we saw Old, there was no one in the fucking theater. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that whole
you know,
thing
like,
is so stupid. I mean, all the DC movies underperform.
Well, also, like, it's just like in general, like when I saw this movie, I saw it at AMC. I didn't see it in Kingston, and the theater was pretty full, but you could tell it was like people like us, like fucking nerds, you know, right. Like, so like, okay, like, yeah, like people like me are gonna come out to see it, and like my brother, and like, I mean, you didn't even watch it in fucking theaters, but like, you know, so people who really like comic book movies and recognize like this is gonna be a good movie are gonna go out and see it. I want to see it in theaters. But in your average, like Bravo, like they have no reason to go out and see it in theaters, because one, they don't really care.
Hey, what do you mean?
No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. And like,
I'm playing now. You're right. No, you're right.
It was bad. I don't want to waste some money again, you know? So it's like, it's kind of sucks, because like this is a really good movie, and I really hope it does better at the box office. And people are saying like, oh, well, DC also released on HBO Max, which I don't think that's a bad thing. Like, yes, stay home. I'm real hypocritical right now, sure, but like, because some people like they don't have the health that I have. So yeah, I would prefer for you to stay home, because, you know, if going to a theater could kill you, like I don't want you to fucking die to watch this movie, you know?
Right.
So I don't know. It's a tricky situation. It's like the whole Scarlett Johansson lawsuit thing. Did you see about that?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a tricky situation. It really is. Honestly, I expected DC to like, 'cause remember how like beginning of the year they said they're going to release all their theatrical releases on HBO Max as well. I fully expected them to kind of like rescind that, and they haven't, and I'm honestly surprised.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as that whole stuff goes, I mean, I like having an option.
No, it's nice.
I mean,
yeah.
I like having the option, honestly. Like, it is expensive going to the theater. I'm going to pick and choose what I want to go see if it's something I would have liked to see.
But Dan, you also saw the Jungle Cruise, so
I would have liked to see Suicide Squad in theaters, but
I'll go see it in theaters if you want to go see it in theaters. I'll go again. I go fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to spend that much money, but it was yeah, I like having the option. I mean, I don't know how much the studios make off of that, but fuck it, I don't care.
I don't know,
power to the consumers. I don't really give a shit. So if I have the option, I'd rather have that.
You know, they're just gonna raise the subscription price in a year to make up the money.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But yeah, no. What was I gonna say? So then, like, what did you think of like the action?
I thought it was great. You know what it was? Marvel's criticized for it a lot, of like the whole like close-up cam, like we can't tell what's going on. It didn't have that, you know?
No, it was like jerky camera movements that were really cool.
The Peacemaker, Rick Flag fight has a really cool like glass like mirror shot.
Oh, that was so dope in his helmet.
Yeah,
that was so cool.
Like, like has fun with it. The Harley Quinn scene when like all the flowers and shit, that was so cool.
Yeah, it must be like so hard trying to write action sequences. Be like, how do we make this interesting? How do we just not show like explosions and just do see the same shit that everyone's seen before?
Yeah.
The what I loved was the stealth like sequence between Peacemaker and Bloodsport. I keep wanting to say Idris Elba, and they're like stealthing through like this Vietnam shit, and they just start killing people and like trying to one up each other, and they're just like sneaking around, like knifing people, like shooting people, like just trying to like be in competition with each other. Which I think in the story, I think those actually end up being the good guys, all those people that they just rebels. Brutally fucking murdered. So that was pretty sick. I was super impressed. I was like, ooh, this is so cool. I was so into that whole thing. But and go ahead.
Well, no, this movie did too. The original one tried doing it with the bar scene, and I feel like that wasn't like a David Ayer like non-studio interference scene. But when they're on the bus and they're like talking, like I love when you let the team just be like, let's just talk, let's just like get to know each other, like. Right, makes you care about the characters.
They developed them all like just enough and just gave them just enough screen time, like where you just understand. It was really cool how he did it, how he went into the little flashback sequences. They were
so cool.
They were on the bus and it was like in the reflection of the window as they're looking out the window, and then it goes into the. I was like,
make it interesting.
That is so interesting. The bar scene they do have.
They just have some fucking drinks. Like I love that shit.
I don't know how I feel about that in movies. They always have. There's always, and this is like a whole thing I have with movies, but like, and it's so effective. Like I'm not saying I loved that scene, but there's always like just something to me, and like there must be like a thing in writers' rooms, like you said, where it's like, it's great in every movie if they go to a party, if they go to a bar scene, if they have a bar, like which it does give them, like allow them to sit and just talk and have a drink and have a good time, like, and it's great. Like I love it. And like there's like they're dancing in like a little club. It was so much more lively than them just all sitting around in an empty bar in the first one. Like you have like them all taking, like in movies you always have like that character scene where they'll like sit by the campfire, like and get to like talk for a minute, and it works. Sometimes there's always like a party bar scene, and I'm like, there's always a bar like party scene. It's always a bar party scene. I'm just like, someone do that. Like, and I love it, but I'm just like, and it works. And there's a reason why it works, but I'm just like, someone do that scene differently. But no, it was great.
I mean, it just lets your characters breathe and like it humanizes them. Like they're still people. Like, I mean, because I love how they're still villains. Like, and Rick Flag's like, the mission. They're like, bro, like. I like that because it's like, listen, we're not on mission 24/7. Like we are, but we aren't. Like there's some downtime. Like we have nothing else to fucking do. Like we gotta kill time,
Yeah, no. What did you think about Harley, like her whole little side? She had like a whole B plot, Harley.
I loved it. I thought it was great. I love how like they kind of riff a little bit on the whole like toxic relationship thing. So she shoots the guy. And I remember I thought to myself, I'm just like, that gun wouldn't be loaded. And she even says, like, didn't think that would be loaded. Like I like how they addressed it. I love how she saves herself. Like I love that shit. Like it's so good because it's like I remember when I was watching it and she's like hanging and I'm like, she's a gymnast in the comic. Like did they forget this? No, they didn't forget. Like they wrote into the plot. Like she's just fucking with them. Like I love that shit. Like like it really sounds like I can't find plot holes in this movie. Like he really thought it all out.
Yeah.
And I love how it's like it's like a B plot, but it's like a modern B plot where like it still services the story, or like she gains information that ends up being relevant to the team later on. Like that's what a B plot should be.
Right. It wasn't like just we had to write Harley Quinn out for a little bit and just had to have a B plot.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I liked the B plot. I didn't like the action sequence like with the flowers. That was dope. So
cool.
Yes. That was all cool. The whole thing where like she kills the toxic relationship thing. I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, that was cool. But then there's the whole backstory of the polka dot man with he sees his mother and everything.
Yeah,
man, that was great. What a great character. I mean, and
dude,
then
right.
And then when he gets up in the camp. And like in the beginning when they're like, they don't really know his powers. He has like glowing dots. Like it like hurts him, like warts all over him.
Yep.
It looks like body horror. Like it's so cool.
Yeah.
And he has to like get rid of it twice a day, but it can like blow people. Oh, it was so cool.
And James Gunn also like had a lot of fun with the characters because like so Ratcatcher 2 isn't like a comic book character. Ratcatcher is.
Right. I found that out later.
He
after.
just invented Ratcatcher 2.
Right. It was his daughter.
And it's not believed that like if Ratcatcher 1, Taika Waititi's character, is like the one from the comics, but like even if it is, like he's not a daughter in a comic book. And in Polka Dot Man, like his powers is just his suit in the comics. So James Gunn's like, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, which I do enjoy. The DC movies always do that anyway.
Right.
So I do like that whole thing of like, yes, like vomit up the polka dots like every fucking few hours. Like, it's really cool. Like
it's your own. Like, it's like you say, like with I don't think they need to be beholden to the comics at all.
And also like how you were talking about it before, how it's like it's ridiculous. Like, it's like there's a massive shark man and they fight a fucking starfish and like, but they're like, yeah, like. It's a comic book world. There's weird fucking shit. I like how they're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's ridiculous, but like, it works for like. There's a and like that's my issue with like a lot of the older stuff, where a lot of older DC stuff, where it's like anytime they're kind of surprised, I'm like, you live in a world where a man dresses up like a fucking bat to punch criminals, and at the same time, you all saw in the universe Superman fighting fucking Zod on TV. Punching through buildings and he's like a fucking god. Like you all saw this,
right? Nothing
should surprise you.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So I love when it's like, yeah, we're in an outrageous fucking world. Like that's the world we live in. Like we're not gonna acknowledge it because it's just like our normal fucking day for us. I love that shit. It's a comic book.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, Killer Shark was like oh yeah. He was just he's the one that's gonna sell the toys. He's great. He was great. That was cool.
Do you have a favorite shot? Because I know what mine is.
The one that sticks in my mind is just like we mentioned, the fight scene where there's the reflection in the helmet.
Okay.
But there's a lot. Like a single shot though. No, not that I can think of.
I have one.
What were you thinking?
It's when the bus pulls up and it's perfectly in frame and it's raining.
Oh yeah, and it was like they're all.
It was such a beautiful shot.
Yeah, they have a
so good.
That was great. And
like things like that. I'm watching like that. I'm like that's a really nice like cinematic shot. Like that's really good. Like I don't expect that from these kind of movies, but it's just like James Gunn cares.
So the whole thing is after they save Harley Quinn, they're trying to go to this tower to this bad guy with.
The thinker,
whatever. And then they go, they need to get this chip but they find out that the
real enemy is U.S. foreign policy,
right? And they were doing something shitty. So then there's basically
the real enemy is U.S. foreign policy.
They have the MacGuffin. They have like the information they need to complete the mission, and they find out that there's actually some really shady shit with the U.S. behind it. So they have a crossroads where like all of them are like, oh, we should do the right thing and like release this or something to the public. That was the idea. And then but then they have that cool twist where John Cena is like, no, we're on a mission, we have to do our job. And that's what turns into the whole little turn. And they have Pacemaker they have that fight with him and Rick Flag. Rick Flag gets killed by Pacemaker. I want to say Pacemaker every time. Peacemaker. God damn it. I read it as Pacemaker. Fuck me. So then so there's that cool like betrayal, which I didn't really see coming. What'd you think of that?
I didn't see it coming either, but I'm glad it was there because like it does hammer like they're still villains. Like these aren't meant to be like old characters.
Right.
Like, and they're still villains.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, they're supposed to be villains. I'm really happy he actually did that. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, thank God. Like there was someone like, or just someone detached and they kill people off. I mean, we're getting into more spoilers, but even the main team, not all of them make it. You have your main team. I love that where it's like, and then the polka dot man at the end, he's like, I'm a superhero. Like he fulfills his purpose and boom, you knew that was coming.
Like, oh, all right, purpose fulfilled. You're dead.
Yeah, no, that was great.
I really thought Harley Quinn was going to die in this one.
I
really expected it to happen.
I really wish they did.
I don't wish they did because like, I mean, I wanted to at least be for narrative purpose. I just thought it was because like I feel like James Gunn was gonna do it, but like thinking about it, like Yeah, it doesn't make any narrative sense. Like it would have just been for like shock value. Like I don't see any point where like it would have been like made narrative sense.
I think the issue is if they did, I wish I was like, just kill her off. Like, is her contract up? Like this could be cool, like way to have her go out. But the issue with if they killed her off right there in that scene, Harley Quinn has been a character, like she had her own movie already. She's a main character in the franchise. So if they killed her right then and there, they would have to have a whole like eulogy for her. They would have to acknowledge, they couldn't just ignore her like Polka Dot Man, like, oh, that's it. Like they would have to have like, oh, like someone would have to be like, Idris Elba would have to be standing there looking at her bad or something and be like, she fulfilled her purpose or like blah blah blah. Like, you know, and like she was a hero the whole time. She was just trapped with this clown, you know. I don't know. You'd have to have some scene like that of giving her conclusion and closure. So that's why they didn't do it. And it was kind of nice to have her there at the end, getting on the helicopter with the team.
Yeah.
So I but there was a part of me that was like, just fucking kill her.
To me, it wasn't like oh, just get her. Like it was more like they let him do whatever he wants, so I can see him be like, all right, I'm gonna kill Harley Quinn. Like not because like he wants to, but like if it like makes sense in the story, but would have never made sense in the story. So I'm like, I'm glad it wasn't like a forced thing just for like shock value, you know? Like,
right.
None of the deaths felt like I'm doing this for shock value. Like no, like there's a purpose for this.
No, yeah, there was a lot of things already that were somewhat unexpected in the movie, like the main team getting killed off, the some of them, and
but
then
it serves a purpose.
Serves a purpose, like, and they served their purpose narratively, and then and they weren't main characters enough to where it's like, you know, you had to like ignore, like you know.
Yeah. Once I saw Pete Davidson, I was like, oh, he's dead. It's Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
He's not like a like I'm not like it's like I'm not coming to see this movie for Pete fucking Davidson.
Yeah. Ratcatcher, and like that's the thing, it's like when you give characters these superpowers, like they need to have certain, like you need to write the set pieces like around their powers, like, okay, how can this person be useful in this situation?
Yep.
And that's like what, you know, Harley Quinn didn't really work in the first Suicide Squad movie.
They gave her a javelin staff in this one.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what she ended up stabbing the guy with. So
she gets a new weapon in each movie. Did you notice that?
Yeah. I
got a hammer in Suicide Squad, a bat and Birds of Prey, and she gets a javelin in this one.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, she gets a new one in each one.
And then we have the monster villain, the Starfish, which was fucking amazing. And apparently
Starro.
Yeah. So apparently, Gene, this is you'll know this better than me, but apparently this is like a main DC villain. Like this is not a
in the first ever Justice League of America, or just I don't remember if it's the Justice League of America or Justice Society of America, but in the first like appearance of that team, he is the villain. Like on the cover, it's him. Like versus the Justice like League of America.
No shit.
Minus Batman, Superman. I'll just Dan riff for a second. I'll pull it up.
Yeah. So like that's just interesting how that is not, because I was thinking, oh, this Starfish is probably some obscure character like a Polka Dot Man. But it's like
Justice League of America. If you look
then
up,
I heard,
if you look up The Brave and the Bold, Volume 1 or number 28, whatever, Justice League of America. And it's the cover is Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Wonder Woman farming Starro.
Right.
And even says like the world's greatest heroes team up to battle Starro the Conqueror. And like James Gunn just loved Starro, so he's like, I'm bringing him to the movie.
Yeah, and it was so funny when the one guy in Amanda Waller's like little room of people, he goes, yo, we got some serious kaiju shit going on over here. And it's funny, like we really haven't had that in a superhero movie in a while, where we just have like a big kaiju monster destroying a city.
Exactly.
I feel like we haven't had that, you know, and that was so unique. And it, you know, it's ridiculous, you know, like I'm gonna remember that Starfish. I'm gonna remember him shooting the Starfish out of his armpit and how the Starfish would clam onto people's faces and control them or whatever.
Like,
and like I'm not gonna remember Enchantress. Like I don't remember. She looks the same as. I'm only gonna remember. Sorry, no offense, Gene, but I'm only gonna remember Steppenwolf because he looked so shitty in the first movie. I don't care. Like they're all just CGI idiots.
Good in the designer cut.
Got it. But like it was just big dumb monster, but he looks crazy cool, and I was like, that is fucking brilliant. Like this is like he's really taking into account like the whole superhero landscape and just like what's different. What's like he just nailed it.
And I really expected at one point someone to be like, okay, giant starfish, sure. Like, no, they're just kind of like they don't acknowledge, like, yeah, all right, like this is normal for us. Like, You know what I mean? Like this is just another day at the fucking office for us.
Right. It's tricky. It's tricky when they do like those. They acknowledge how ridiculous it is, but there's the famous joke in Deadpool 2, like, or people criticize where he's like, well, that's just lazy writing. It's a cheap shot in movies when they're so self-aware, where it's like, oh, this is a big ridiculous situation. There's a big monster. Like, let's make a joke.
Yeah.
And it's like that's like the movie. Sometimes it comes off as the writers apologizing, like, yes, we know this is stupid, but they still go ahead and do the stupid thing, even though it's lazy writing and they know it's stupid.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line. Sometimes it works, and I don't know what that line is, but sometimes it works, and sometimes I feel like it's like, oh God, you're just apologizing for doing the cliche thing. But in this movie, it works every time. But
yeah.
Trying to think any other. I wanted to the last thing I wanted to talk about was did you have any issues with it? Or did you give it a 5 out of 5?
Oh no, yeah, Dan, I loved it. Like I love everything about it. Like I haven't. I'm gonna rewatch it. Miriam, hold on, give me a second. Dan, riff for a second.
Yeah, go for it. Ratcatcher was my favorite.
Yeah. No, like like this for me personally, this checked every box for me. Like,
yeah, no,
it's a DC movie. Because like I love DC because like I love the universe. Like I like it more than Marvel's universe. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love the characters. I just love that. I just love it. So it's plain in this DC universe that I really love. I like DCU. I have no problem with it because like it's so far it's the best live action iteration I get of these comic books that I fucking love. So it has that, but then it also has like that's James Gunn. Like I like James Gunn, so lets him do whatever he wants. But like the story was tight to me. Like it touches on like that ridiculous comic book thing of like they found a giant fucking starfish. One of the characters has polka dots as a power. Like it's like, yes, this is a true comic book movie, but it's also like it's well written, rated R or not, like at least it does it in a way where it's like it makes sense. Like, yeah, they have a giant fucking shark monster, so they're just ripping dudes in half and eating them.
Yeah, and they use the rated R to its advantage. They don't just waste it. Like they rip people apart and blow faces off.
It's beautifully shot. It's really well written. Like none of the characters feel like forced. Like everyone has like a nice solid story. The acting was great. The female character doesn't feel like I'm just here as a sex appeal or to be like damsel in distress. Like to me, it just checks all my boxes for a movie. Like so I'm not like when I say 5 out of 5, I'm not lying. Like I really think to me it's like a perfect movie.
No, I was close. But I expected to love it. My only issue, and I hated like that I had issues with it, because it's almost like I knew it was like this is so damn good, but like there were just some things that I was like, oh, this is just holding it back from like 5 out of 5. I was a little the villains were a little like the dude with the
Peter Capaldi.
What was his name with the things in his head?
The Thinker.
He
wasn't raterized.
Well, and like I wish they had, because they had him, which was fine, and they had the starfish, and that was fine.
They had the guy from Narcos Mexico too.
Right, him. I didn't like that. I didn't like there was like these generals, and then there was this girl from the town that was like there at one point, and she came in at the end and saved the town or something.
The rebel lady.
That whole like
there.
To me, there was just a little too much going on with like, I was like, we could have cleaned that narrative up a little bit, because I didn't.
Yeah, but it's not Ant-Man and the Wasp levels of bad.
So. Oh no! I'm just saying, if I had to nitpick, like that's what's basically just. I was just like, oh, there was a little too much going on with like the villain whole side of things. It's like you're enjoying the story and the adventure so much. It's like I really just didn't like. Sometimes I just want the simple villain. Like, yes, have the Thinker. Have the don't give me the whole bullshit with the generals and all that shit. Like I kind of was, that could have been cleaned up to me a little bit, but
I get it. I respect it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. I had someone, I listened to someone that had an interesting take that that they wished that someone, and I don't agree with this, but it's just, I thought it was interesting. Like they were just saying, I just wish once that someone would have the balls to like actually make the ending, like just have them villains, like make them make the darker choice, and
like,
and
starfish.
Yeah, we're here to like we are villains. We are going to like maybe they killed the starfish, yeah, but at the end they're like, yeah, we have to give this. Just have like a. That's not the tone the movie was going for at all.
No.
So I don't agree with that, but I just kind of like that idea. Like I just
Okay.
think of like a movie like Venom that I hate so much, where it's like you just make them into a hero. It's like have a real movie about a real villain and don't make them sympathetic. Don't make us like them. Try something that's not going to sell.
That's just Joker.
That was more like this whole psychological thing. Yeah,
but there's no like you're not meant to like Joker. There's no redeemable qualities of it.
Right. No, it was right, and I thought that was interesting. It's but yeah, no, I don't. That was just something I wanted to bring up. But other than that,
I loved it.
I loved it too. It was the best. I don't think I'm gonna. It's wait. Last thing I'll say is like I think it's which is like I think I could actually see myself rewatching this movie
I'm
because
definitely gonna rewatch it.
I don't rewatch a whole lot of. I just don't like anymore. I just don't know why. I wish I did. Like I just go back to all the same like 20 movies that I love. Like all the recent Marvel stuff. I hate to say it. I love all the Marvel stuff, but it really does feel like Martin Scorsese had a bit of a point. No, just in the fact, no, not the whole cinema thing. I don't, obviously that's stupid, but just the idea of like, it's a theme park ride and it's like, you enjoyed in the moment. And and again, like I'm a huge Marvel fan. I love all the movies, but it's like, and I love going to see them. They're all great. But like, I remember going to see like Spider-Man Far From Home. And I loved it, like watching it. I was like, this is great. Like it was a great story and it was great. And just something about it, just these movies now, they just start to feel like episodes, like TV episodes on a big screen. It's just like, as soon as I walked out, it's like, I don't want to rewatch like Spider-Man Far From Home. It's like you enjoyed it in the moment. It was like a theme park ride that you were loving it at the theater. Then you go home. And is that a bad thing? I don't know. But it's like, I don't want to rewatch a lot of those movies. Okay. Like I want to rewatch like the Avengers movies are great. Like Thor Ragnarok is my like favorite. The Guardians movies, but it's like a lot of them like sometimes like recently, but like this was my point being like this one I was like, oh, I want to like rewatch this.
Okay.
Oh, and I haven't felt that way in a while with like a superhero movie.
That's good then.
Yeah, it was great. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
We can probably skip my topic if you want to.
Yeah, let's go to Mac and me. Yeah. Bravo hasn't said anything in a while.
Poor Bravo. So we'll move on to the recommendation. Anything else you want to say on Suicide Squad, Gene? I'm sorry.
No, watch it. I really recommend it. It's on HBO Max for a month. I'm not sure when the last day it'll be on, but watch it. Or if you feel safe enough, if you're vaccinated, get out to a theater and watch it because I love theaters. But yeah, check it out.
Yeah, nothing else happened the past 2 weeks, so we just went in on Suicide Squad.
Marvel's Wood is premiered tonight, but I'm gonna watch it after this episode if we're done recording.
With the Marvel shows, we'll cover them when they're over, so we have like the full perspective.
All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next topic. Last week, Bravo recommended the movie. He recommended the movie Mac and Me. So, Bravo hasn't spoken, so I'm gonna let him take it away and tell us about McDonald's and Me.
Yes, sir. Great topic, boys. Great topic, by the way. Didn't talk at all, but still great topic. You know the vibes. As you can see, I have my Mac and Me. We have little Mac. And then we have Eric right here. Me.
It's actually kind of genius that he's doing this, and I kind of he's putting the movie poster in his background. So you should watch that. You should watch the YouTube.
God, we should do that.
So every time I decided, every time we do a recommendation, I'll put the movie poster behind me.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
All right. All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, lizards and birds. My recommendation last week was the 1988 American comic science fiction sci-fi movie / film, Mac and Me. I'm sure everyone has seen E.T. Believe it or not, I have not seen E.T. It has kind of the same idea, same plot, I would say. Pretty much, it follows a boy. In this case, who's Eric. He is what seems to be paralyzed waist down because he's in a wheelchair the entire time. And then the actor who played Eric, who's I forgot his name. He's actually like paralyzed. So that was his in real life. So that's cool. About filming it. He was actually in a wheelchair. Yeah, well, not that cool, but
not cool. But you know what I mean.
Not know what you meant. Yeah. And yeah, so we have Eric. And then you have a alien who
Jade Caligari, by the way.
Jade Caligari. Thank you, sir. And then you have Mac, who they just out of nowhere they just give him the name Mac, and he's just on a journey to find his family.
It's not out of nowhere. It means something.
It means yes, we know what it means, but it kind of comes out of nowhere because they just say, "Oh, Mac," and you're like, okay,
yeah, like Mac. Big Mac, you know,
Big Mac. But yeah, that was my movie recommendation, Mac and Me. Do you want me to start with myself or you guys?
Go into go into how you thought about it first, Bravo. Tell us about who made the movie and
Perfect.
What was.
So the director was Stuart Raphael.
Well, who was sorry, I should say what company was behind this movie?
Well, if it wasn't already obvious, it is McDonald's. They said some articles said that they really didn't found it, but that's a big lie because there's Mac production and placement throughout the whole towards the end of the movie with a dance party or a birthday party at McDonald's. There's McDonald's employees. One of the characters who's I believe Courtney. She works at McDonald's, has like a McDonald's shirt, which is pretty cool. I will say the McDonald's shirt that they use, like the employees at that time, were kind of wavy. They're like a polo, green polo. They were kind of nice. If it didn't have the McDonald's emblem, I'd definitely cop.
Well, and if it wasn't being worn by that chick.
Yeah. Anyways, it was founded by McDonald's and partly, I believe, Coca-Cola too, because there was like the whole movie, Coca-Cola and McDonald's are both mentioned. And yeah, like I said, it has the same plot as E.T. There's a boy and then an alien friend, and the boy is trying to help the alien friend get back to his family who has been lost in the film. So pretty much just to give you like a quick summary, the movie starts out with Mac and his family, which is his father, mother, and I believe sister. They say it's his sister. Ugly ass aliens, like they're horrific. Like you can tell who's who because they say like, oh no, it's his family, his mom, his dad, and they're like, it must be his little sister. But essentially, it just starts up with them and their planets, and then it seems that NASA sends a little robot to collect mineral and data
samples,
examples like that, and they're just fidgeting around with it, and it malfunctions when they touch it because everything they touch seems to just be electrocuted or have a great electric impact, and it sucks first Mac and then the whole family, and it brings them back to, I believe, California. I don't know if California is mentioned, but
they're in LA.
They're in LA, right? Los Angeles, yeah. For some reason, I thought they were in Texas. I do not know why. When
they're Los Angeles.
Texas, they're in LA. Yeah, I don't know why it said that. But I like when I very first saw it, I was like, are they in Texas? But anyways, they go to LA. NASA brings on the little sampler thing, the rover, I should say, and then starts opening it up, and they hear something inside. They're like, oh, it's just nothing. Is there a little alien inside? And turns out the whole family's there. And pretty much just Matt gets lost the whole way through the movie. The family's looking for him. They communicate through whistling, and they just raise their hands. It's kind of like a ritual kind of thing when they communicate with each other, and they just whistle. That's how they talk to each other. But throughout the whole movie, it just seems so out of not very organized.
That's a bad movie.
It's a bad movie. You can just tell like the events are just not.
It's a commercial.
It's a commercial. Listen, yes, that's very good, Dan. I like that. It's a commercial. It's not, the events are just out of place, out of nowhere. Mac just he just. There's this scene where he initially gets found by like the U.S. Army or whatever, the police, and he hits a car. And he's just like pancaked onto like the windshield of the car, and I'm like, what the fuck? And that's when Eric and his family find him or see him, and they know about him. And like I said, it's just so out of place. It's such a bad movie. The events are just everywhere. All of a sudden, I know one of the scenes when they know about him, it's when the scene where Eric and what's her name, what the little girl's name? That's with him. I forgot.
Oh, the neighbor girl.
The neighbor girl. Yeah, they're like they're going to their friend's party, and they hear like a movement, and then they just see that Mac is sitting on their chair with no reaction. Like it's the first time actually seeing them, if I'm not mistaken, and there's legit no reaction from them. The first thing is, "Are you okay?" He seems depressed. I'm like, "What the fuck?" They have no, not even like a scared laugh or nothing. They just see it's as if they had just seen him already, you know. And then there's a scene where the little girl, Courtney, her sister, the girl's little sister, and then Eric's older brother kind of lock eyes, and he's like, "Oh, McDonald's," and she's like, "Yeah." And then I guess this was a good promotion because the girl says, "You should come by for a Big Mac," which is the corniest shit I fucking heard.
Yeah, the 6-year-old said it pretty sensually.
Yeah, exactly. And then it cuts to where they're going to the McDonald's. There's like a whole choreography. I'm like, what the hell? They're dancing. And then Max in this horrible teddy bear costume to not be seen. And there's a point where he jumps on the table, starts dancing. It's just ridiculous. It's honestly so ridiculous. And then the scene that really baffled me is when they're looking for his family and they go to like a mine kind of destination.
Yeah.
And the brother, Eric's older brother, goes in and he sees like the family. I thought they were dead.
Yeah, they're like dead.
They're just like dead. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of dark. He just sees them, they're fucking dead. And he comes back, oh, give me some, give me a drink, give me your jackets, because apparently they just like Coca-Cola. I guess I don't know how.
Yeah, it's like
it's like their drink. They live off Coca-Cola. They survive off Coca-Cola. And he just gives them Coca-Cola and starts. Fuck, I can't even.
Coca-Cola is their god.
Is their god, exactly. And then they go on a mission. The aliens don't know anything. Obviously, they're from another world, so they end up going and escaping from their car, from the gang's car, the Scooby-Doo gang's car, and end up at a gas station. And that's where the police and I'm guessing like the army, whatever, comes through, and they just fucking start shooting at them and blow up the whole, I think, like grocery store. It just fucking explodes, and you can see like there's actual like explosions during that scene. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah,
but
it wasn't. They didn't fake any of that.
They didn't fake any of it. There was actual. You could see the actual explosions, and they didn't even show when they were shooting at it. You're just like, how would it explode? There's no. I don't think there's nothing. I don't think a gunshot would explode them, but you can actually see it's a good 5 to 10 seconds of the grocery store just. You can see you can just
huge explosion,
and you can see each explosion in there. You're like, what the hell? And I'm guessing their alien powers, they survive. But during the fire, the explosions, Eric got fucking bodied, and
yeah, he died.
He died, but in the scene where he's like this, you can clearly tell it's a dummy, but his arms are just back like this. And I'm like, what the fuck? And his mom comes from a helicopter. They're all crying. Courtney's crying. I think his brother's name is Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah.
And he should fucking, I don't know, Eric just fucking collapsed and died. And then the aliens out of nowhere, there's the smoky firing scene, and they come from the fire. They're okay, not a scratch. And then they proceed to do a Jesus resurrection on Eric, where they start raising their hands like this and whistling or whatever, communicating, I guess, with their inner God, because I'm guessing it's like his soul. They do like a weird motion and like 3 balls of light come out of their hands, the dad's hands, and then I'm guessing it's it's Eric's soul, and it goes into his body, and after like a few minutes he wakes up and he's alive.
I missed my favorite part.
And
you'll get your piece.
I'll get your piece.
I'm gonna get
and then it just
this goddamn
after that scene,
Happy Meal.
After that scene where Eric is resurrected from the dead from Jesus Christ, it ends with the aliens becoming U.S. citizens. That scene, because I'm like, wait, because the judge, you can see this judge is just saying like pledging the oath. And I didn't know I thought it was like a courtroom, like someone was getting arrested or something. I thought like Eric was gonna get arrested for like blowing up or being the cause of blowing up and wreaking so much havoc. but it just ends with the aliens becoming citizens, and they're all in suits, and the mom has earrings, and they're crying with them, like if they have emotion. I don't know. And the last scene is just the aliens kidnap. No, it's not kidnap it, but you can see that the little girl and Eric are just in the back seat, and I don't know if they adopted them or I don't know. It's just a bad movie. The events are all over the place. I don't know. And then, if you guys remember, my homework for you guys was to pick the scene that's very well known. That everyone, if you haven't seen it, you probably know from this scene. Do you guys know which scene? What scene was it?
It was the ridiculous scene where he fucking falls off a cliff.
That scene is such
Gene, I think you're muted.
I was reading about that.
You were?
Yeah, because
for the listeners, they throw the kid in the wheelchair.
The kid is rolling down a hill uncontrollably.
And he falls off of a cliff. And there's this ridiculous shot of like this dummy in a wheelchair falling like 50 fucking stories into a body of water.
So,
and keep in mind the kid is paralyzed, right? In the movie and in real life, but you would think there would be no chance. By the time his mom and the little girl went to see him, he would have probably been donezo.
It's
just, if you think about it.
Yeah, it's just the visual of him like just dropping all the way off this fucking
and there's
cliff.
Like 3 cuts in between where he's like from top, from bottom, from the side. You're like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, somehow it's just the ridiculously of how that looked.
Oh
of him God. Just this fucking kid, this kid in a wheelchair, just fucking fucking ramming himself off of a goddamn cliff. But anyway. So Bravo, your purpose of choosing this was because you wanted to recommend a bad movie that we rip apart.
Not really. Well, yes. What was
your yeah, right? Why'd you recommend it?
I just recommended it because I really wanted to see it. Like I said, all my recommendations, all of them, like the past 2 or 3, I have never seen. I've seen clips from like YouTube, the movie clips channel and stuff like that, but I haven't seen the actual movies. And then when we started doing like these sections on the podcast towards the end of choosing a movie, I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna watch it, I want my 2 guys to watch it because I know you guys are more kind of into movies and culture like that, and you guys analyze them better than I can or better than I do. Especially you, Dan. You're really good at that. Come on, Dan. I'm gassing you up, Dan. But like I said, I think it was towards the beginning of this year. We were still, I think, pre-vaccination, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to watch, because my idea during the beginning of the year was to watch all the Marvel movies in order. I'm trying to like get up there, right? But I just searched up on Google, I should say on YouTube, best and worst movies, and Mac and Me was within the top 10 of the best or the worst movies ever made. And I've seen that scene. That scene is really well known, like Gene said, of the kid just fucking ridiculously off the cliff. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna watch it. I know about it. That's been like founded by Coca-Cola and McDonald's. Like in the trailer, Ronald McDonald was in it. I'm like, it's fucking ridiculous. Let's do it. So that was my reason.
Clown ass motherfucker.
For you guys. But yeah, out of 5, I don't know, out of 10, I'd give it probably like a fucking 1.23. You know what I'm saying? Like out of 10, out of 5, I'll give it a fucking 0.5 because this movie was
garbage.
This movie was booty cheeks.
Dan, you want to go first or I'm going to go first?
No, Blandon, I want you to go first. You said you were reading about that cliff part?
I'm going to get there.
All right, bet.
Dan, you ready?
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Or do you want me to go? Wait, sorry.
No, I'm fucking going.
Okay, go for it.
You remember when fucking... remember when police brutality just fucking kills Eric?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
The movie has a fucing gunfight. Can we just talk about?
And they're like, bro, and I was talking about the Dan, Gene. I said when they show, do you remember when they show us the grocery store exploding? You can physically see all the explosions that they set up in the grocery store.
Bro, not even that, just like it just takes such a fucking turn. It's like, hey, yeah, we just had this really obvious product placement of a fucking party in McDonald's, and then
yeah,
it gets worse. Because the fucking aliens' families just dying in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
I said that, bro. That's it.
They're just fucking dying.
The kid, I think his name is Mike. He goes into the mail, like the mail destination, and sees the fucking aliens just lying there. And when I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck am I watching?"
So they give it just Coca-Cola.
Like it's like, bro, it's crazy. And then the kids going like it seems like an hour long, like hours of driving. I'm like, where the fuck? Do these kids do not have parents at all? So like they're literally driving.
If you're dying, not water, not like electrolytes, like no, a Coca fucking Cola, a fucking soda. Ugh, that's worse than Kylie Jenner giving a Pepsi to the fucking police.
That's a good point. That's
so they don't
what
shoot
this movie
black
is.
people. And then they get into a gunfight with the kid's dad. The alien's dad. Sorry.
The alien.
They just like, I'm gonna light the shit up. They start airing out the fucking block. I'm like,
Soldier Boy like.
And then the kid fucking dies.
And did you see when the dummy? They don't put him up, like they just set him down like this. Like no, he's gonna levitate into the air.
I was reading about that too. And apparently, in the Japanese VHS version, they explicitly show the kid just fucking capped.
like dead.
You see him get shot in the Japanese VHS.
Oh, I'm about to white. No, yeah, because it was released in. Yeah, you're right.
But for the mainstream, the theater and the home video, they had to cut it because it tested negatively. Because why the fuck wouldn't it?
But everything else tested well. They did.
Imagine taking your fucking kid to see this movie, and then the main character's a fucking kid just gets shot by the police.
Oh my god, I'm watching it right now. Oh,
this is the 80s when the police were still your friend. So like, oh man.
The title says Eric gets, bro. The police and then the alien starts shooting back.
Post it on the Instagram. I need you to post that shit, dude. Like, I need people to see this shit.
I so will.
Just like, and then
after the episode's up, I will.
You know what? I fully expected to bring him back to life. Coke. I fully expect him to feed him a fucking Big Mac with a side of Coca-Cola to bring him back to life.
Yeah.
Yo, Gene.
And I'm kind of upset that's not what happens.
I don't know, man.
Gene.
So you like the movie, I'm assuming.
No, I hated it.
Yo, Gene, hold on. I'm watching the cut. This shit is the cop shoots, falls, hits Eric, and then the alien that proceeds to pull out the 45 and Glock, shoot back. My son he's like this. Fucking like, I did not know that, dude. You fucking legend, bro. My man got smoked.
They should have had the cop been like, die, pig. Right then.
Bro, that's crazy. I did not know that, Gene. Yo.
I'm like,
bro, the alien looks and he's like,
police brutality just kills the kid. They're just recklessly shooting. They're like, we let the shit bust. Like, I don't give a fuck.
They like that. We're like this shit up right now in the parking lot of this fucking McDonald's right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it promotional? Like, hey, kids, you want a 45 of a side of your Big Mac? Come to McDonald's.
Fucking bro.
The cops will pull up and just cap your ass.
I did not know that. That's
at that point, you've already paid us, so it doesn't matter. Also, the guy who played Ronald McDonald in the commercials in that era, that's who played like that. He reprised his role for this fucking movie.
What?
I believe that, yeah.
So there was Ronald McDonald's commercials between 1985 and 1991, and the guy who played Ronald McDonald in the commercials came and played him for the movie. Apparently McDonald's expressively didn't want Ronald McDonald in the movie.
Yep.
But true. He still was in the movie.
Really?
And they didn't do anything about it. So I'm like, did you really not want sounds like a whole lot of cap.
Gene, hold up. There's this the comments are crazy on the video. What deletion it says. So the aliens could bring him back to life, but not fix his legs. The fuck out of here.
I had that same
man,
thought.
Imagine it comes back to life like I could walk now.
I thought that's what they were gonna do.
No, but the kid's actually in a fucking wheelchair. Is they gonna weaken at Bernie's him or some shit? Oh my god.
I guess.
Oh, this is where I get canceled. This is it, y'all.
You could see the strings on the spaceship. You could see the strings holding him up. Like, it's a miracle.
That's literally that's my one takeaway from this fucking movie. They fucking shot a kid.
Yeah. Wild, man.
5 out of 5. Please watch this.
No,
movie
no,
just
no,
to watch
wait.
the kid get capped. Oh.
No, the cop does like a front flip and shoots Eric. It wasn't an accident. Just shoots him to stop him.
He has a front flip?
Yeah, bro. He flipped.
He's like, I'm gonna fucking get this kid, but hold up.
No,
fucking action like, with a slow motion too, and you see the bullet fly like Matrix time, and then you see the kid just get shot and his brain splatters over the goddamn alien. That's what should have been the goddamn. We need to make this damn.
Look, it's this that cop that shoots him is straight up pulling a John Wick move to ice that small child in a wheelchair. Haha.
What did you? Is that one of the comments?
He dives and he does a dive roll, bro. Look at it.
What did you Google? What did you use?
No.
I'm gonna look this up. What did you search?
I searched up. Hold up. Just put on YouTube.
Eric gets shot.
No. Yeah, Eric gets shot. Yeah, just look at it. The cop. That's a roll.
Wait, which one is it? Is it the one?
The 29-second one.
29-second. Dan, are you gonna look this up too? Because you need to look this up.
I'll see you later.
It seems like he trips, but then
I see it.
He trips and does some front row and shoots the kid. He got glocked.
Why would you?
The kid got glocked in a fucking 1988 McDonald's film, bro.
Hold on. Oh my god, he just like tripped. Oh my god, this thing was shot in the fucking chest. Holy shit.
Dan.
Oh my god, and he like makes like a noise. He makes like a
Daniel, the kid got smoked.
Dan, you have to look at this. Oh my god.
I'll watch it later.
This is police brutality.
And the kid gets shot. Yeah, they just keep shooting with their fucking shotguns.
And the alien just Soldier Boy in it right now.
Holy shit.
This is fucking amazing, bro.
Oh my god.
Yo, Gene, you are a legend for I would not have known that if you didn't mention that.
Shit. Dan, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Oh my god. And then they bring him back with a Coca-Cola. Oh no.
I guess we watched the wrong cut, boys.
But yeah, anyway, Landon. So what'd you think of it? It's fucking horrible or you liked it?
No, it sucks ass. It's like remember when Peter Griffin makes a movie and then Joe's like, that was the worst piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. That's
this.
Dan said that after he watched Ode. I remember. No, Bravo.
I had a visceral reaction.
I hated it. I hated it so much. I hated every moment of it. Why'd you make me do this?
It's fucking up.
But the one silver lining is the kid just gets fucking capped by police brutality, which is like
I cannot stop watching this fucking scene.
And then they say we'll be back. No, you won't.
Oh, yeah, they do say that in the bubblegum
No,
scene.
you won't.
That was odd.
No, you will not. No one's gonna finance a sequel. I'll finance a sequel. I don't give a fuck. No one's financing this shit. Oh, and the aliens look so fucking weird and like the dad looks like so weirdly proportioned and like weird.
They're ratchet.
It looks so weird. And Ronald McDonald's in it, and they're in like a McDonald's and the Coca-Cola. I can't get over it. I just. Like Space Jam was a fucking product, but it wasn't that bad. And apparently, so the Sears, do you guys like? Do you understand why that was like a thing?
What Sears?
Well, Sears was there was product placement of Sears. I know that.
But do you know why?
Wait, in the movie there was Sears. What scenes? When he's like running in the store.
It's very brief.
Yeah.
Okay.
But apparently. Did you know? Doesn't McDonald's had a children's clothing line?
I don't know because the little alien boy has like a McKids shirt.
I saw that, so that must.
That's what it is. McKids.
Of course,
Sears
they have the alien model. Their
carried
shirt.
McKids, the McDonald's line of children's clothing. And when you Wikipedia McKids,
I'm looking at it right now.
There are McKids stores, Dan.
No fucking way. There's McKids.
Apparently,
stores.
it still happens. There's 15 stores in China.
Interesting.
Apparently, from 1997 to the 2003, McKids were sold exclusively at Walmart.
That's wild.
And in December 1988, Sears opened the first 7 freestanding McKids stores. In early 91, just a few years later, all 47 freestanding McKids stores were closed. But they kept selling them in Sears. Daniel, McKids.
Interesting. I did
Daniel,
not know that.
McKids.
Is it all just bait to feed them to sex slavery?
If they make a sequel, you guys know who's going to star in it, right? Travis Scott.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's lit.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way to have a sequel is have Travis Scott.
No. Stormy.
Remember the
it's
scene.
Gonna be his
remember the scene in Endgame when Thor's playing Fortnite?
Yeah.
They're gonna have a scene of that, obviously, if Travis Scott played Fortnite on his PlayStation 5.
Well, I mean, at least their marketing team got better
eating
over
a Travis
the years.
Scott meal and going, it's lit.
Yeah.
Fucking
good old
hell.
Cactus Jack gonna be down in a Whopper or a Big Mac. Sorry. Ooh.
The kid gets fucking shot by police brutality. That's all I gotta say. Dan, take it away.
Yeah. I was interested in like the whole behind the scenes, like what was the deal with the McDonald's stuff, right? Like what was so how'd this work? So there was apparently I think it was the guy who wrote it was the producer of the Karate Kid movies, at least the first 2. He really wanted to make this he had this concept for Mac and Me, and he wanted to make it. So he went to McDonald's, I guess.
What was the concept? They already had E.T.
So listen. So this is what I dug up. So the story is that he wanted to get this movie made. He was riding high off of his success of the Karate Kid. Again, this is the producer, I guess, of the Karate Kid.
Okay.
And then he felt like he wanted to give back to kids somehow because he was so thankful for his success or some shit. So he ended up going to McDonald's, and I guess he proposed to them that, you can advertise it in all the stores. Every store could have like a cardboard cutout of Mac in the wheelchair. He wanted to represent disabled people. The actor's really disabled in real life. And then basically they also would like promote McDonald's in the stores. They'd promote the VHS tapes. Apparently, but McDonald's didn't actually fund the movie itself. It was a very big supplier of McDonald's. So they're not directly the ones funding it. But also they also had notes in the script, so they did have a lot of control, obviously, in the script, but they weren't the ones that directly funded it. And apparently, I guess Coke must have been, unless McDonald's had a deal with Coke. I don't know. Apparently, Coke must have been in there somewhere with the funding.
Yeah.
So, and then the producer acknowledged that he was like, yeah, he wanted to give this generation their own E.T., which makes no sense because E.T. only came out a few years before this. Like that was a quote. He did acknowledge, like, yeah, it's a little derivative.
Oh, it gets worse.
But I was like, yeah, wait a minute. You wanted this generation to have their own E.T., bro. E.T. just came out like 2 years ago.
Have an E.T.
Yeah, so that was bizarre, and I'm just that was all I could find on it, and then when you look into it, I found something too. The budget for this movie was $3 million more than E.T. They spent more money.
Really?
They spent more money than E.T. to make it.
Million. Oh my God, it was. Oh, and E.T.
Wait.
Jesus, look at those box office differences. Oh my God.
Yeah,
it made half of what it spent.
So
Mac and Me made $6 million in 1988. E.T. made $700 million in 1982.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. No, like, because even now in like 2021 money, making $700 million is a really big fucking deal.
Yeah.
So in 1982, holy shit.
How much? 700 million?
In 1982?
Oh my
God, that's a fuck ton of money. I mean, it's a fuck ton now, but like, wow.
And then you have fucking Mac and Me, who spent 13 million.
This man just went in
made
ready
half.
to lose.
I guess it was all on the explosions. I mean, but so that was the whole deal with that.
No, it was insuring. It was the insurance when they were like, "Hey, kid, I know you can't walk. We're gonna fucking throw you off a cliff.
We can't put a ramp.
You signed the contract already, so it's happening. Bye." And it just fucking throw.
We're gonna have to up the budget so we can install a ramp in every set and make it handicap accessible for this fucking kid.
Oh, Dad just made the worst story in the fucking.
So hey, man, don't blame me. Blame the studio systems. I'm just saying the facts. But so then get this, it gets worse. So this movie wasn't as cynical as you think. Gene, I think you might have muted yourself.
No, I'm still getting over that.
It gets worse. So apparently, the movie, they had good intentions, so we wanted to give back. All of the proceeds of the movie. So the idea was make a big commercial, but all of the proceeds would go towards a portion.
The Ronald McDonald
Foundation, right?
How'd that go?
Well, little bit of a problem when your movie costs more than it actually fucking made.
They actually build the Ronald McDonald Foundation.
Well, it's funny because when you think about it, it's not the worst idea, because if you're ripping off a popular IP, people are stupid. They don't really know. They're riding off of the success of a different movie. Studio does that all the time. They follow trends. They're promoting it within the McDonald's stores, so you have all that promotion that you're using, that you're utilizing and capitalizing on. I guess the issue is that the movie was so bad, and the product placement was so egregious. Like, the Coke was literally a plot point. He tried to say that Mac wasn't named for a Big Mac. That was just a coincidence. Apparently, Mac stands for something like
mysterious alien creature.
Yeah. So he tried to play that off. So the whole backstory was bizarre, and I found it fascinating. So it was but it was just like, this movie is basically one of those so bad it's good movies that YouTubers just use. Like, it's a YouTube content bad movie. It's like all the movie review YouTubers love to talk, like Nostalgia Critic and all these people would love to just go on and be like, here's a really bad movie, remember this? And it's macking me. So this is just like one of those so bad it's good movies that people just love to talk about on YouTube.
I don't even think it's good.
Well, not good. It's just
not even so bad it's good. It's just bad.
Right. It makes for good content for people to just make fun of it. So that's what we're doing, boys. We're capitalizing.
That is what I've been doing. I have stretched the kid getting fucking shot into like 10 minutes of just jokes.
Yeah. So it was it was like super derivative. I didn't really care. The kid, like, he makes a joke. He's like, the dialogue's awful. He's like, is that guy like in the beginning when they crash the car, he's like, I think it's an ADUI, alien driving under influence. And he's like, he literally does the cringiest laugh. But yeah, then like, it was just kind of boring even at points. Like, it was ridiculous and there's so much to make fun of it. But like Mac doesn't actually, or Eric doesn't actually meet Mac until like 40 minutes into the movie or something. Mm-hmm. He's just like fucking around with him, and they're playing this little cat and mouse game, and it just chased him around the house, and like it looks bizarre. The aliens look like deep fried like versions of the little green men from Toy Story. It's like, they look like
deep fried memes before they were a thing.
They look like demons. They're not cute. They have no real scene where, like, I mean, he looks demented. He looks like he's ill, Mac. He looks like he's seriously ill. And
that's what happens when you just survive off McDonald's and Coca-Cola, Dan.
I actually found it I was actually like, it was oddly interesting, the scenes of the alien, or the actors in the alien suits walking through the desert. It almost looked like this weird, like, knockoff of like Star Wars concept art, like walking through Tatooine. I was like,
I was gonna say, they walk past like a fucking skeleton of a crate dragon.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? And it's so bizarre. I'm watching this, and like, it's just these weird, clear actors in alien suits. And
Wait,
it's like,
did you watch it by yourself?
Marissa walked in for the end of it. Yeah.
Did she think could get fucking capped?
Yeah, she was watching the end. She was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it's
Bravo. She walks in and sees the cop having a fucking gunfight with the fucking alien.
It was crazy how I'm watching these bizarre demented. I don't know what kid would like this. These people in alien costumes walking around, and then they walk into like that grocery store at the end, and they just look so they're clearly like just actors, but I'm almost more in awe of like the practical effects now more than I am CGI. Like I'm looking at that and being like, how did they do that? Like they got real people. Not that I'm complimenting it. It's just so funny how jaded we are. I'm like practical effects. I'm like, whoa, like that's a real person. How the fuck did they do that? Like it's not CGI. Like I'm so used to seeing all this CGI bullshit. I see someone in a costume and I'm like, it looks like shit, but I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy, you know?
I mean, that's still universal for 80s movies. You know, you're gonna get some nice bit of practical effects, you know?
Yeah, it looked like shit, but it was just crazy. I'm like more in awe of that now because I just saw like Thanos throw a moon in Iron Man, and I'm just like, but that little fat looking alien walking in is like, whoa, like how'd they do it? You know? It's just so fucking crazy. Yeah, no, the whole thing. I mean, it really just felt like a standard ripoff for most
like
of it.
Fucking fever. It's like one of those like, remember that like weird era of like parody movies in like the mid 2000s?
Yeah, it kind of almost feels like that, right?
I think one was called Epic Movie.
Yeah, all that bullshit. The epic scary movie.
Yeah, like that shit. It was a called Epic Movie. Oh god, it was called Epic Movie.
Well,
oh god, the cover's terrible.
It's the kind of movie you'd expect McDonald's to make if they were going to make a movie that was just a commercial. You know, like this is what you're going to get. And then there was the whole
God that made $86 million. Sorry,
no, it's okay.
I'm looking at Epic Movie and it made $86 million off a $20 million budget. I hate everything.
Yeah, I was like watching it and I was like bored the whole first 40 minutes. I'm like, okay, where's the McDonald's? Where's the McDonald's? I see the Coke. I see the mentioning. I see the girl with the where is it? Where is it? And then they hit you with it like, oh, let's go get a Big Mac because the girl like works there. So and then they make McDonald's look like the coolest fucking club you've ever been to.
That's right.
Awesome.
They pull up like it's just like the 80s are happening. Like people are just breakdancing. It's so like
fucking breakdancing, listening to fucking.
And I had fun in those.
Dancing to like.
I had fun in those scenes. Damn it! Like it was just so stupid and over the top. Then in the McDonald's, the birthday parties, like this place looked like a Chuck E. Cheese. It didn't look like a McDonald's. You know?
Oh yeah. The Rat Casino. That's what we need.
Yeah. It was like the Rat Casino.
The Rat Casino.
Yeah, McDonald's there. Ronald McDonald's there, like getting handsy with all the kids. And like, and then parents
no wonder they're all so fucked up. Our role models were a fucking crack-obsessed, cocaine maniac fucking toucan, handsy clown, a fucking rat who owns a rat casino, and I don't know what the fuck is a chocolate vampire.
Yeah.
Oh, and a steroid obsessed tiger.
Yeah.
Which is named mascots now.
Tony.
Yeah.
And then
junkie.
Yeah. And then they start doing a whole choreographed dance routine in the McDonald's, which I was like, yeah, go for it.
Dad's like, yeah.
One thing I noticed, the football team in the background, like when the government comes in, they see that there's like a local football team like dancing. They're like 40-year-old men. Did anyone else notice that? I
noticed that. Yeah.
I was like, why is the high school football team like they got held back into their 40s? Like,
no, and why are there like high school football players had like a little girl's birthday party?
Yeah, I didn't really think of that.
Could it be that maybe they were just buying some food at McDonald's?
Because everyone goes. Because you never gone to McDonald's after a game, Bravo. You just go to McDonald's after a game.
Bro. Say no more, bro.
That's what you do after a game.
My fault.
And then apparently, like, there's the whole thing. Apparently, like when they first pull up and the breakdancing happening outside, apparently Jennifer Aniston is like in the background.
She's fuck you, Dan. I was gonna say that.
Oh, sorry. That's not even it. Who gives a shit? That ain't interesting.
So I was listening to Smart List, and they also interviewed Jennifer Aniston. And they're like, "Oh, that's your first movie. That was Mac and Me, right?" And she's like, "Oh, fuck off," because she's like, "No, that was not my first fucking movie."
Apparently, it was her like first on-screen appearance, like in the very, very background. Yeah, I couldn't even spot her.
Yeah, she was like, "I'm just on a blanket in a field."
Yeah, it was stupid, but it was funny. Yeah, then the alien's in like a bear costume, and then he starts dancing. Just ridiculous. So many like YouTube thumbnail, like, do you remember this bad movie moments? You know. But then it really, so I was like, oh, yep, this is the movie, like make McDonald's look as cool as possible. Then it got really bizarre. Yeah, the whole end was where it just went, whoa, like this is wild. They go into a grocery store. They because you think the movie should end after they just revive the aliens in the cave. Well, when
I was gonna make a joke about that too. Fuck me.
Well, when they revive the aliens, the family in the cave, the movie should be over. Like they go up to their planet, but it keeps going.
You know why, Dan?
Why?
Because they have to get the greatest thing you could ever get ever. American citizenship, baby.
Yeah.
That's a reward.
See, this movie is low-key genius. This movie is actually an immigrant story, Gene. Oh
God, I'm just gonna fucking end it all, aren't I?
It's an immigrant movie, you scumbag. They're sitting.
Then they get into a gunfight with the police.
But that was where I was like, wait a minute. At the very end in the courtroom, and they are in a suit and tie. Little kid in the back, and they don't go back to their planet. They don't want to phone home.
No,
they don't.
You're in America, baby. You've already made it.
Yes, sir.
They want to become U.S. citizens. They don't even speak. The guy's like the dad is like drooling, like it's like, but they have the power to like bring people back to life. They look disgusting. So they grant them citizenship, and then they drive away in the car with the kids in the car. Like you said, Bravo. I kind of liked it. The balls that they ended it on, like, yeah, they're gonna like become. Should we bring them back to their planet? Well, not in the budget. Wait a minute. What do you mean? We already saw them in their planet in the beginning of the movie. Nah, it's an immigrant story, man. You're just not seeing it.
I'm watching the McDonald's scene again, and I have two takeaways, and I'm surprised you didn't like clown on.
What's that?
The kid comes in, and the teddy bear alien is on like his lap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see this, like they show you, like you can see the alien's eyes. This fucker looks like a goddamn serial killer.
Yeah.
Like imagine you're like walking down a fucking alley and this motherfucker just appears out of nowhere. That you're gonna get fucking murdered.
Yeah.
And then he extends his out, and I'm like, this is a fucking horror scene.
Yeah, he just wants to steal everyone's coke.
No, but like imagine like a horror movie, like it's like this like alien monster in a fucking bear suit with the fucking slits for eyes, and he fucking kills you with his extended fucking arms. Like,
yeah, there is a way to read that. It's pretty horrific.
It's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah,
the kid gets killed. Like,
I know.
Dan, this is a fucking horror movie.
Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know.
The girl's just like a fucking minion doing a dance choreography.
Yeah, it was all bizarre. I feel like there was one other thing. Oh,
the fucking minimum wage slave laborers are just allowed to stop working and start dancing. Nah, it's not.
Yeah, so there was one credit that I had to bring up, which was crazy. I don't ask me how I recognize this. When I was watching the opening credits in the beginning, the composer for this movie.
Oh God, don't tell me.
So like a lot of the music was actually like decent. Don't look it up. Let me tell you.
Okay,
I want to tell you.
Okay.
So the music sounds like derivative as fuck, like they're trying to copy John Williams,
yeah,
like it's classic 80s. But I was like, oh, this music ain't that bad. It was so out of place in some scenes. 80s bangers, like all over the place, like a classic 80s movies, but it made when they used the songs, it made no sense.
It's like Suicide Squad 2016,
yeah. So I saw the name of the composer and I was like, wait a minute.
I didn't catch it. Who is it?
I was like, I know this name. The guy who did I don't really know how to pronounce it, but the guy who did this movie is Alan Silvestri.
Yes, sir. Alan Silvestri.
The guy who's responsible for Avengers Endgame?
Yes, sir.
No way.
Like he did
the Avengers theme.
Yes.
No way.
And he's done like Back to the Future.
Shit.
Because I listened to that
Predator.
I listened to that song. I only recognized his name because I listened to that Portals track sometimes from Avengers, and I was like, wait a minute, where do I know that name?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow.
So I was like, what the fuck? This guy had to do some
Bro, he did Who
paychecks.
Framed Roger Rabbit. I can't talk.
Yeah.
Did you see this, Dan?
Yeah,
what?
I looked at it. I looked at his.
What a fucking resume.
Yeah. And he just did this.
Oh man. Oh, I mean, I'm glad he's doing well. I'm glad it doesn't like ruin his career. Stuart Little.
I couldn't
Lilo and Stitch. Wow, like he's done. Wow, very impressive.
Yeah, it's
I'm glad this didn't kill his career.
No, man. It was
he did Ready Player One. It says replace John Williams. That's who you get when you can't get John Williams.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man. Bravo.
They're
Anything else?
Fuck, John Williams is. Oh, is Sylvester available? We can afford him, right? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but yeah, overall it was
and that makes sense because John Williams did E.T., so of course he did. So you got to get B version of him to do Mac. It all makes sense.
Yeah, it was a fun bad movie. I'll give it that. That's what I'll say.
Mac and me, baby.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10, yeah, 2 out of 10. I keep rewatching this fucking.
I'm not lying. I'm giving it a fat fucking 0.
Fucking hell! Wow. I can't just.
I thought there was a cheap charm to it.
There was something. Yeah, there was a charm to it, but
it was so egregiously in your face with the product placement. I was like, man, at least they're in your face. But like, this is a fucking shameless commercial. We're not even trying to hide it like the Audis and all the Sony movies. But
and then when the fucking alien starts driving that toy car high speed.
I gotta drink this movie away from my memory, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I just can't get over the shot where Eric legit gets gunned down by police brutality. And they aired on the VHS Japanese version. Like
he apparently watched the wrong cut, but I don't know. Anything else you want to say about it?
I want to see someone who's good at film editing. Please take the scene after Eric dies. The quick cuts, like the alien just fucking starts blasting. Someone take Soulja Boy from the clip where he's like, bah, bah,
say I won't do it.
And edit him into that scene instead, please.
Oh my god!
If you could do it, Bravo, that'd be so fucking.
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it.
Like, or just like next to the alien is also fucking like.
Fucking Landon said they get into a whole out shootout, bro, and the alien's just like,
oh my god, yeah. I can't believe this is a kids movie.
Yo, Landon, I wish I could have watched it with you. I wish you could have watched it. I know, Landon, you would have been crying during the scenes.
It would have been a good commentary.
I do want to. When we start recording, I want to talk about that a little bit. Anyway.
Yeah, it would be fun to do one of those. But
all right, I think we all said our final thoughts on the movie.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Bravo, for the recommendation. It was our first bad movie. Our first good bad movie. Good for you.
All my movies have been bangers. No cap.
Yeah.
So normally at this point, I think Dan's next recommendation, right?
Yeah.
But we're not doing that. Fuck you, Dan. No, I'm kidding.
Psych boy.
It's time for another guest, y'all. I'm gonna announce the guest. So Dan chose the first guest, beloved friend of the pod, Jason. So now it's my turn to pick the guest. I mean, next time will be Bravo's turn, but my turn to pick the guest. So for my first guest, I'm having my brother, Alejandro Tejada.
Oh, these guys got dope names. You guys got dope names.
Thank you, sir.
He has recommended, and I knew he was going to recommend this movie. It is his favorite movie. He wants us to watch. I'm going to pull up because I actually don't know. I know who's like the star of it. I don't know who directed it. So let me pull that up. It is the 2016 independent tragedy film written and directed by Kenneth Lonergan, starring Casey Affleck. I know, controversial, but deal with it. Michelle Williams, Kyle Chandler, and Lucas Hedges. Manchester by the Sea.
Woo! What year is it?
2016. It's like his favorite movie.
Nice.
So I knew he was gonna pick this as his movie. It won. But Casey Affleck won Best Actor, and then this movie won Best Original Screenplay. But that's also the year that his I don't know if there's allegations only. His controversy happened. So, yeah, Manchester by the Sea. A twist though. My brother wants us to also have a drink. Like, he wants us to have the Manchester by the Sea breeze, which is just a drink. It's like a variation on a drink. So we're gonna if you guys can make the drink, we'll talk about it. Because I'm thinking we might have this as our first live episode. Live as in like we're all in the same room together.
We could try, yeah.
That's a possibility. We'll talk about it anyway. Next, but my point is, yeah, we're gonna have a guest. and we're gonna watch the movie.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Yays?
Sounds good.
Yays.
Yays.
Yays,
Well,
yays,
fuck your
yays.
I'm
nays.
in.
All right, cool. Well, I think that we can wrap it up. This has been another riveting episode of Next Round on Me Pod. No one got shot in this episode. That's cool, bravo. But you never know. If you're ever from McDonald's, please be careful because you might get fucking shot by police brutality.
You might get gunned down and see a fucking alien just start Soldier Boy net out there.
This is fun. I've been your host, Gene P. Blandon, as always joined by Bravo.
Yes, sir. 8 for 5 Bravo on the gram. Thank you guys for watching the movie. Hope you guys watch it too. Fucking terrible movie. I don't know. There's just something about it that I would kind of go back and watch it just for the ridiculous.
Like that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fucking awesome. But yeah, 8 for 5 Bravo. Thank you guys for listening to our 12th episode.
Yeah.
12th? Yeah, 12th episode. And
Going
yeah, can't wait to watch Manchester by the Sea. Ale Tejada, I'm coming for you, boy. Let's get this money.
You're covering for him. That's weird. And then wham blam. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, everyone. I support the Jenner family.
Okay.
Oh, happy birthday to my girl Kylie Jenner. You're the
Oh
boss.
my god. Okay. Well, I'm gonna wrap it on that end. Bye, y'all.
See ya, guys.
Get vaccinated.
Bye. I love
Yes, sir.
you.
Love you all.
Love ya.
Yeah.